I'm going to be going over the best enchants to buy in Pet Simulator 99 right now. So this will include drops, lucky eggs, all of that stuff in this video, so make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you guys do enjoy, and I'm gonna hop straight into it. So starting off with number 1, drops. There's a whole bunch of different enchants in the game that do help with drops. Some of the best ones I recommend, especially for getting hacker keys if you're going for that right now, are stuff like explosive, speed 5, happy pets, stuff like that. Now those are the cheapest ones to buy. I would definitely recommend getting speed 5s because they're less than 100 gems. Explosives are less than 1,000 gems. Now fruities are only 12,000. However, obviously I do know that fruities are really hard to find. If you can find one, definitely buy it, but I do understand how hard they are to actually find sometimes. So if it takes you a little bit to get one, that's fine, but I do really recommend using one because fruities make it so that they're 25% stronger when you have a fruit on, which is really helpful. Now as you can see though, it is making my time go down. As you can see, I'm going down 2 seconds instead of 1 second, and it does stack. If I were to put on another fruity right here, now I'm going down 3 seconds. So obviously it does stack, but it is really good to have 1 to 2 of those on. Explosives are also really good and cheap because they explode the breakables around, which is really good if you also break stuff really fast. As you can see, I'm breaking stuff insanely fast, so the explosive is also breaking stuff around it, because right now I'm not necessarily I'm trying to break stuff fast as possible and trying to get the breakables cleared as fast as possible. So I'm trying to use the explosives because they break stuff faster. Now another couple good enchants that you could use are stuff like the happy pets. Now certain updates, these are good. For example, if you're using a boss chest, happy pets could be good. Happy pets can also be good for stuff like this. If you do not have a fruity, I would probably replace it with a happy pets for right now, because they basically make it so your pets can have random bursts of joy, which can make them go faster around the breakables. Now another good enchant to use is the lightning orbs. However, the lightning orb are pretty expensive and they're a little hard to find at sometimes, but the thing with these are they really are good if you're trying to break stuff fast, and when you're using a boss chest, the lightning orbs are also really good for that. However, obviously the nightmare orbs are better, which is actually why I recommend you go out and buy at least 1 nightmare orb in case there ever is another boss chest in the game. Same with the corruption. However, obviously I know the corruption is more expensive, but if you buy a corruption or a nightmare orb, trust me, when a boss chest comes out, not only will you be able to break the boss chest faster, especially with the corruption, but it'll also make it so the wrap goes up. So if you were to sell it, the wrap would go out a ton. So I definitely would recommend at least buying 1 nightmare orb. I know the corruption is a little more expensive though, or maybe just a lightning orb. Now obviously you want to be trying to get the tier 9 enchants, or whatever the best tier of enchants is in the game right now, so just be going for these. Now I definitely recommend trying to get your enchants mastery up if you don't already have it max, because if you don't have level 60, you actually cannot equip tier 8 enchants, which is pretty hard to do the game if you can't equip those. By the way, I meant tier 9, my bad, but yeah, you can't equip tier 9 if you don't have max enchant mastery, so definitely max it out, because trust me, it does help out a ton. Now another enchant that I actually recommend, this is the only really expensive enchant I'm going to talk about that's the best deal, and it is the super magnet. The super magnet is one of the best enchants in the game right now, because it is used for I have never once had a layout where I haven't used the super magnet. The super magnet is good not only for hatching eggs, but also just for pets, because as you can see, I'm on the other side of the hacker world and I'm still gaining all of my loot right now, so it's just really helpful if, for example, I had to go back to the void world real quick just to check on something or something like that. Another enchant I would recommend, now this is a little off topic, but the party time, if you are not very high in the ranks and you plan to AFK overnight and you're wanting to rank up, party time is only good for that purpose. Now if there's ever in the clan battle in the future where you have to get a random event or something, then obviously the party time will be good, but for example, for right now, the party time is only really good if you don't have the max rank. So if you're trying to AFK overnight, definitely buy a party time, because they're not too expensive and they basically just spawn comments, pinatas, coin jars, all of that stuff that the ranks require. Now however, if you did get the hatch 2 question mark pets or stuff like that, then you're kind of in a loss. Now some things I wouldn't really recommend buying are stuff like the chest mimic, just because of how expensive it is. Now sure, the chest mimic does help a lot with getting drops. Now keep this in mind, it does not help with getting hacker keys. It also did not help with getting prison keys, but it does help with getting drops. However, for 1.9 billion, I don't think it's that worth it, because I I've probably, I mean, I have got more than that back, obviously, because of just how much I've played, but it will take you months to get 1.9 billion gems back from using this chest mimic. Also, make sure you're buying at least one strong pets or criticals, just because they do help out a ton. And buy criticals over strong pets. I'm only using a strong pets right now just for fun to test out some things. Another thing I wouldn't really recommend buying is the superior chest mimic right now. However, if it goes down, it's gone down quite a bit. It was over 100 million gems more yesterday, but if it keeps going down, definitely buy it, because not only is the superior chest mimic good for this mastery right here, which is really good, but also just because it does give you drops too. Now, it isn't as good as the chest mimic, even though it's a superior chest mimic. The chest mimic is still better, but it is still pretty good, and if it drops down to 500 or less million, then you should definitely buy one if you can afford it. But yeah, I would definitely focus on, if there's never a boss chest in the game, then definitely try to buy something that'll help for that, because here's the thing, for some reason, I don't know why this is, but whenever a boss chest comes out, the enchants go up a ton that you need, but then once it leaves, the enchants drop a whole bunch and people sell them. So just keep this in mind. There will definitely, I can guarantee you, in Pet Simulator 99 updates, there will 100% be another boss chest, and so the enchants like last time, the corruption, the nightmare orb, stuff like that will go up again, and so you do want to buy one. Obviously, if a new enchant comes out that's good for it, then you want to buy that, but like, I'm just saying, if the boss chest comes out again, then you will want those enchants, and those will go up a bunch. So I recommend buying at least one nightmare orb. Another thing I would not recommend buying that I've been seeing a lot of people buy is the lucky block enchant. Now, yes, this is only worth 43 million gems, but it is not worth it. Do not use it if you're trying to get drops, because frankly, it just does not drop drops. It drops a tiny bit every now and then, but not enough for it to be worth it. I also would not recommend buying the super shiny hunter, or whichever one gives more shiny pets, if you do not hatch for at least 10 hours a game, because how much does it cost right now? Right now, it costs 505 million, and it's just not worth it that much if you don't open a ton, because 505 million gems is a lot. You'd have to hatch like 7 active huge pets. I also do not recommend buying the hacker enchant, just because it'll keep going down. Now, obviously, depending on when you're watching this, it might be worth it, but right now, the hacker enchant is selling for upwards of 1 billion gems. Like, people are actually buying it for that much, and in a week, it's going to be worth like 400 million, maybe even less, so I just do not recommend it. And after the clan war, it'll be worth nothing, just because the only reason it's high value right now is just for the clan war. Also, something I did want to mention real quick, if you're buying a fruity, do not use it to AFK just because you'll run out of fruits faster. Replace it with something else. But something else you might just want to have in the background is a super lightning and a chest breaker, just because those could go up too. Now, I know those are also really expensive, but if you can just get a whole bunch of fruities, you can find some people selling those for a bunch. For example, there's some people in my Discord server who are so desperate for this, they're actually buying it for 1 million gems, which is kind of crazy because it's only worth 12,000, but like I said, literally nobody is selling them. It can take like 10 to 20 minutes just to find one person selling it in a trading plaza. Now, obviously, I do recommend buying huge hunters and stuff like that. Something I don't recommend using is exotic pets. Exotic pets are not good. I don't know why so many people use them and say they're good. Exotic pets are not worth it to use. Same with like Midas Touch and stuff like that. It's just not really worth it, and you could have better things on your pet team. But yeah, I definitely recommend in going out and buying some pets. You gotta think about the future with this. What clan battles could exist? For example, party times could be pretty decent, because maybe there'll be a clan battle in the future where you have to get some random event, and a party time enchant would be really good, and it'd go up around 100 million gems. Also, like I said, thinking about boss chests or just drops in general. If they ever did a drops one, superior chests, all that kind of stuff would be good for that. However, yes, they are very, very expensive. And if I forgot any tips in this video or any enchants that you think are good, make sure to tell me in the comment section down below, because I do not want to forget anything. But yeah, if I do, just tell me and I will heart your comment and respond to it if I think it's good. Now, going for diamonds, there is not really any diamond enchants in the game. The diamond chest mimic is really the only exclusive enchant that drops diamonds besides like the massive comet. However, the diamond chest mimic should not be worth this much. I personally think it should be worth around 100 million, maybe even a little less. I just don't think it's worth 200 million gems. It does not really give that much diamonds, and you get more just by having on Diamond 9 books. Also, something I real quickly wanted to mention, never use tapping power on normal breakables. I've seen a lot of people buying tapping stuff for normal breakables. Tapping stuff is only good for boss chests, but like right now, for example, do not have tap powers or stuff like that on your team, just because it is really not good. Same with super lightning and all that, because super lightning activates by tapping things. It doesn't just activate. When you tap something, it happens, and so it's just not really good if you aren't trying to break a boss chest. Something I did real quickly want to mention though, if you're using super lightnings, make sure you're staying in the final zone, because how stuff like super lightning, nightmare orb, and magic orb work is they break stuff when you're near them. So I personally stand in the middle for the best chance of breaking as many, and that works. If I stand out here, it will not be breaking stuff as easily as if I were to like, now standing on the edge is fine. As you can see, it's breaking a couple, but you want to be in the middle so it is breaking the most. Besides that though, I do think those are the best enchants to buy in the game right now. Like I said, if you think I'm missing any, tell me in the comment section down below. I am also giving away some huge pets in my Discord server right now, along with some fruities if you want those. But yeah, have an amazing rest of your day, everybody. Links to all of my stuff is in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have an amazing day. Goodbye.